pretty bag. I'm choosing this coffee by the prettiness of the bag. And, well, I mean, it says Leelanau Coffee Roasting Company, which is a place in Michigan. And again, somebody, one of my viewers sent it to me. Michigan Signature Coffee, it says. I'm in Wisconsin, but it feels Wisconsin's akin to Michigan a little bit. I'm from Illinois, which kind of is one of the states that you travel to if you're going from Wisconsin to Michigan or back. Wisconsin and Michigan, a little north, little natural, a lot of lakes. Well, I haven't found any lakes really in Wisconsin to fish. That's okay. Get some water. Worked last night. Worked all day yesterday. I got home about 10 o'clock. And I started work at about 10 o'clock. Which makes it about a 12-hour day. Oh, feels good to be home. But I'm going to be working a little bit today later. Good morning, Tiny. I was thinking about you the other day. I saw a picture of you on Facebook. And I thought, hey, I wonder how Tanya's doing. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Swifty. Hello, ever happy dude. And good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Sunday morning. 19th. I think it's June 22nd. It's 6:14 a.m. Happy Sunday. This is a little show I've been doing for a long time. It's a show about me talking and sharing some feelings, kind of sharing the ups and downs we have in life. Just, I don't know, just talking. People always hop on while I'm streaming and going, what's this show about? I don't know. Just me talking. I have an active mind. I've had a lot of highs and lows. I think my story would make a good book. If you guys want to listen to me writing it, and by writing it, I mean talking through it, you're welcome. Have I ever been to Ireland? Just on a layover on my way to Scotland. That's my only time in Ireland, though. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. You know, it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I am so excited to have my first sip. My hope. I was thinking about it this morning. I was walking around getting started, just getting out of bed and getting the coffee going, and I was stressing about something I got to do tomorrow. And I realized how much stress is caused by thinking about things in the future or things in the past and not being in the moment. And I think as I age, Tanya just mentioned a yoga retreat, and yoga is about being in the movement, or excuse me, being in the moment and being in the movement, actually. And breathing and focusing on your breath and your movement. And I think as I age, I'm starting to realize what that means a little bit more. And realizing that I could sit here and just kind of watch the steam waft off the coffee or the sunshine hit my face and just kind of chill right now. And right now is usually pretty darn good. But the problem is we're rarely in the right now. And we're usually, again, regretting something from the past or worrying about things in the future. So it made me feel better just thinking about that. Because as I was getting ready this morning, I was looking at the sunrise and feeling the soft sheets and comforter on my bed and feeling real good. And so my message to us today is let's spend the day in the now. I think that makes sense. But anyway, like I said, for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. You know it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, my nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I hope you have a cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I prepared it with some lack of enthusiasm, to be honest with you, because I drink a lot of Starbucks Sumatra, and I also drink a lot of flavored coffees, like the cinnamon dolce or the, I don't know, toasted coconut or what have you from Starbucks. And this one, again, was a gift from a viewer. A lighter roast than I'm used to. And kind of subtler flavors. But I like it. I like it. Like if I go to a steak joint, I'll usually get steak. I mean, I'll always get steak. If I go to an Italian joint, I'll always get lasagna. It's hard for me to leave the comfort of the known. And usually the known, the lasagna, the steak, pleases me. But it's nice trying something different from time to time. Is that a new coffee with Ken mug? Yes, it is 55, very perceptive. Not a brand new one. I still have my worn out one over there. I had my daughters up last weekend, and it's not even a good story, but I don't know, when I bought these cups 3 or 4 years ago, I gave each of them one, I gave their mom one, and I think I gave their friends one. And somehow, some way, there was an extra one in their car when they drove up, and they gave it to me last week, so I got a new shiny one. At least new to me. There's a viewer named Eric the Great that seems mad today. Wonder why Eric the Great is so mad today. I'm only glancing at his comments, but they all seem sort of angry. Is this live? I think so. Eric, you got to take a deep breath. I mean, I rarely will say what somebody has to do. But, I mean, I just don't want to read your comments. Because you're just ranting and raving like a fool, right? You know, if you've got something you want to talk about, or you're hurting, or you're struggling, or you're worried, or you're scared, or you're this or that, I'll talk to you. I don't know, but you're just typing as fast as you can with ranting and raving somebody. Somebody needs to take his phone away from him. Tell him it's okay. What time did I start my live stream today? Well, I'm just starting it. I mean, 10 minutes ago, if you need to know, but just 10 minutes. Somebody said it's evening in India. I would imagine that it is. I would imagine that it is. No, Braden, you didn't miss much. I just got going. I just had my first sip of coffee, and I'm just enjoying the sunrise and sitting here and realizing how much peace we can find in the moment. I mean, it's really amazing. Because just as I'm waking up and shuffling around, I'm thinking about, oh, going to work today. Oh, this stuff I got to take care of tomorrow. Oh, my feet are sore. It's an in the moment thing, but my feet are sore. But if I wasn't thinking about the stuff I got at work, about going to work later, I probably wouldn't be so concerned about my feet being sore. Just sit here and sip my coffee and breathe. It'd be nice. Tanner said, has World War III started? What is your take on this? I don't know. I can't really say I have a take. But I'd be lying if I didn't flip on CNBC on the app when I woke up this morning just to see what's happening over there. And it sounds like the United States has bombed some targets in Iran. And Iran's not very happy about it, it sounds like. But seriously, yes, I get to work again today. I do get to go. This will be my 7th day in a row of work. By the way, I mean, yeah, again, my 7th day in a row. I'm 56. It's a somewhat physical job. It's 2 jobs, but they're both fairly physical. Both lifting and moving a lot of stuff. But the nice thing is, and I know money doesn't buy happiness, I've had various things I'm working on. My physical health, my spiritual health, financial health for sure, relationships, but most importantly, my self-love, if you will, and feeling good about who I am and where I am. And I think if those other ones kind of improve, you're going to feel a little better. So the nice thing about working 7 days in a row, it does help your financial situation. There's no doubt about that. What do I do for work? Well, thank you, Samuel. I am actually. I have the time and the energy to do what I'm doing. And it's not like a super high paying job, but it does okay. And covers my expenses, puts a roof over my head, and helps me dig out of a hole I found myself in. All right, well, I hope nobody is going to be too upset if I put Eric in a timeout for 5 minutes. Pig Daddy has a sad look on things. He says, we're all trash. Nobody is a good person. I think I'm a good person. I'm certainly not a perfect person. Yeah. Ziggy is watching from the Philippines. Oh, Tiny said something about going on a long hike at Red Rock and doing yoga, a yoga retreat. Well, Tiny, that sounds awesome. I'm excited for you. Are you a hiker? I mean, I don't really know you, but are you a hiker? You and I chatted a little bit and maybe knew you were into yoga. I'm not sure that I did, honestly. I've enjoyed yoga. I've never gone on a retreat. And you're a runner as well. Well, way to go. Again, I feel a little bad talking about hiking because, as you know, I was in Yellowstone last year and really didn't go on very many hikes. Ernesto Garcia says, as kids, we're good, but the world turns us to men and we turn cruel. Rebecca Tracy says she's good and she's kind-hearted and offers everyone she passes a smile. Shenandoah Valley in Virginia is beautiful to go hiking in. I don't know that I like hiking that much. Yeah. There's a Red Rock in Santa Barbara. I used to hike it and wonder if she's talking about that same Red Rock. I'm assuming she means Red Rock. That's a place in Colorado, isn't it? Ziggy does hiking for beginners. Huh. Yeah, Colorado. Tell you what, I'm enjoying my coffee. Are you guys enjoying your coffee? Are you enjoying your morning? What is the weather like today? Well, not only did I look at CNBC to see that the U.S. has attacked various, I'm laughing about it just because, it's kind of funny. It's not funny that we're at war or we're attacking anybody, but the two things I checked were U.S. bombs nuclear sites in Iran and what's the weather? And the weather's going to be hot and windy here in Wisconsin today in the low 90s, I believe. What happened with Mary? Who's Mary? Tanya says, I didn't used to hike, but the views are breathtaking and it really clears your mind. Yeah, it probably does. I can't help it though. Whenever I go on a hike, I kind of am wondering when it's going to be done. And maybe that's I know that's a horrible way. And maybe that's a lot of things. In life that I'm just waiting for them to be over. And maybe a lot of us are. And maybe that's not healthy at all. It's probably not healthy, but I'm serious. I'm on a hike. I'm going, yeah, it's beautiful. I wonder if a lot of us are that way. I might have to turn it to subscriber only. Coffee date, Mary. Mary, I don't think Mary's a real person, Rebecca. I now know who you're talking about. I don't think Mary's a real person. She had a brand new YouTube account and had a name of basically the same name as my ex-wife. And would call me, but I don't think she was a real person. Dan Nichols says, sadly, many people are waiting for life to be over. To make it look like the ones I sent to, I don't know, that's too many words. I tried to read it, but it's too many words. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, somebody's calling me a cone head. I think I gotta put it to subscriber only. The comments are just coming too fast and too furious. And I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the engagement. I appreciate you all wanting to be part of my show and want to get me to give you a shout out or read some of your comments or whatever. But you're going to need to, A, need to subscribe, and B, need to sit there for a minute to be able to join the discussion. because I was trying to read the comments, but they're just coming too fast. And some of them were darn right insulting. And I can kind of deal with that. But a lot of it was just clutter. His and her landscaping. I don't know what you mean, his and her landscaping. I'm not giving up on life. Somebody else said that. On the West Coast, I have to wake up early to catch you live lately. Well, Benjamin, that's probably true, because I tend to be an early riser, and usually I'm up around, I was thinking about Tanya, who's hopping on right now. And I don't know, when did you find my videos? It was like last November, I think, Tanya started commenting on my videos. She might have been watching longer. I had just moved out of my extended stay hotel that I was staying in Naperville. I purchased a Kia Soul, was living in that Kia Soul, and was eating some pumpkin pie right out of the pan. And Tanya hopped on and said, oh, she's a baker, I think. She wanted to make me a couple pumpkin pies. That was very sweet. And now look at me, Tanya. Now I have an apartment, I have 2 jobs, and I'm still drinking coffee and talking. And I'm still looking forward to pumpkin pie, by the way. I still appreciate the pumpkin pie. You would have brought it right to me. I didn't have anywhere for you to come. It was very generous of you to offer. Let's see. Super Mario says they're in the Eastern time zone. Yeah. Hold on. I don't want to block anybody by accident. I have a few people that I accidentally blocked. What's your name? My name is Ken. It's on my show. It's not too hard to figure out my name. Is who Julie's daughter? Oh, no. Oh, that's funny. I have 2 viewers, both named Flanigan. I have more than 2 viewers. But I have 2 viewers named Flanigan. And they're not related. But I can see why you might think they're related, but they're not. Oh, fanatic, I am popular. Popular's kind of a state of mind. And I don't care about being popular, really. You mean mega huge successful? I am mega huge successful. Look at me, I'm chilling out. I got a coffee with Ken picture behind me. I've got a Duquesne Dukes. But seriously, okay, this picture was painted by a friend and a viewer. This shirt was given to me by a viewer. And the coffee I am drinking was given to me by a different viewer. Do I make a decent living from doing lives on YouTube? No, I really don't. I don't make a living from doing lives on YouTube. I make a little bit of money on YouTube. A little bit. I'll just range it from, say, $200 to $500 a month right now. And I was going live a few months ago when I was still looking for work here in Wisconsin, and was going live 3 times a day, and was maybe peaked at like $600. No, I don't have 806,000 subscribers, Dan Nickel. I appreciate you thinking that I do. But I don't have 806,000. I have 8,060 subscribers, actually. But that seems like a lot. I don't remember how long it took me to get to 1,000. Now I cut through 1,000 every month and a half or so. Somebody said, why am I skipping over my question? I don't think that I am. Oh, did I buy a car yet? Yeah. Where have you been? I mean, when I got on YouTube, I was living in my car. Yeah, it's not even 8.6 thousand. It's 8,060, Dan Nickel, I think. Don't like you, Ken. You put me on timeout. I'm just trying to say hello and be nice because I got glaucoma. Well, if you don't like me, then don't watch. Yeah, no, I have a car. I have a Kia Soul. By the way, I love saying Kia Soul. I've had a lot of really nice cars in my life, but I've had almost more fun talking. I think I've spent more time talking about my Kia Soul than any car, all the other cars I've had in my life, and I've had some really nice ones before. Kia Soul was very important to me. It gave me shelter for a couple months in the winter. I ate my pumpkin pie in my Kia Soul. I did my show in my Kia Soul. I was surprised how reasonable it was. And I pay a rather high interest rate on the Kia Soul. So now, my first savings goal, if I ever get any extra cash, I just send it to my car loan to pay that down as quickly as possible. If I could pay that off and by the end of the year, let's say, maybe that's crazy because I barely paid off any, but I wouldn't be shocked to see my income double in the next couple months. And if I could pay it off by the end of the year, that'd be super cool. Do I still like my Kia? I do. I really do. I think it looks cool. It was only $20,000. It gets amazing gas mileage. It's got a lot of space. You know, I think when I'm on the highway, it feels a little light, like if a truck's passing, I could get blown away. Good morning, Julie Flanigan. But I really like it. I think it's a great car. I've only had it 8 months or something. It's got like 10,000 miles, but I like it a lot. Rebecca Tracy has a Tesla. Well, thank you, Paul. Joker, 20K is cheap for a new car. My very first car ever was a 1990 Nissan 240SX, and it was either $17,300 or $18,300. And that was 35 years ago. So I didn't think you could still buy a car for that price. And I would have thought the cheapest car you could get was 40 grand. No, it was brand new. And they loaned it to a guy who was working as a waiter, whose hours were being cut back in Naperville with spotty credit. I wouldn't have done it, but Julie Flanigan made me buy it. You loved your Kia Soul. How do you spawn a Volkswagen CC Turbo? I don't know. I like Volkswagens. I tend to like German cars. I really like the Audi. I really like my Volkswagen. It's strange because I think Germany's probably a beautiful country, but I think it has such a nasty sounding language. Sorry if you're German out there, but I bet you even the Germans understand. They should take the edges off their words. Maybe it's because if you're a documentary watcher, history doesn't smile on Germany too much. And some people from Germany are highlighted a lot in documentaries. You know, you think of France, you think of Italy and Rome and France, you think of the Eiffel Tower and Paris and the language of love and drinking wine. And I think of Germany, I think of an angry guy with a mustache yelling and doing bad things. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure I can't be the only one that feels that way. I had some viewers from Iran on a few months ago. I wonder how they're doing, how they're feeling. I do speak Australian, but seriously never had a Kia. Well, neither did I till November. Good morning, Opal. Good morning. Dan Nichols says very guttural. Yeah, I don't even know what guttural means, but it sounds right. Dan thinks of Napoleon when he thinks of France. I really don't even think of Napoleon too much when I think of France. But I get it. I mean, he was certainly quite the warmonger in his own right. Mako says Kia seems nice and functional. Amazingly functional. I do have two women that are driving. I think if one could afford to buy a new car for their kids, I think a Kia would be a good recommendation because it's affordable, it gets great gas mileage, and so far I've had absolutely no issues. If Germans are angry, it sounds harsh. But otherwise it's beautiful, said John. Okay, well, Super Mario, when he thinks of England, he thinks of a sad, depressing place. Dan Nichols says Scorpions is one of the best rock bands ever. Well, I like the Scorpions. Opal's daughter had a Kia Soul and loved it. Yeah, I think they're the most adorable cars. I still smile when I see them. They come in fun colors. I only bought a white one. Never had a white car before. Hello from Scotland. I love when people hop on from Scotland. I love when people hop on from Scotland. And they just bought a Kia, best car they've ever had. But Opal said your daughter had a white one. Again, they come in fun colors. You can see like lime green ones and kind of rust colored ones. And I bought a white one because I was with the car salesman. Right now I'm forgetting his name. Maybe one of my longtime viewers can remember his name. Again, I was staying in an extended stay. It was kind of a wet, rainy day. The only vehicle I had was a Suzuki Bergman 400. Julie Flanigan twisted my arm and said, don't be a deadbeat, go buy a car. So I did. I drove my Suzuki Bergman to the Kia dealer. The guy comes out and recognizes me from Coffee with Ken as I'm standing on the lot. Are you Coffee with Ken? Well, yes, I am. He was super excited to sell me a car. I was super excited to buy one. I kind of think he thought I was cool because of this show or whatever, famous or something, and it helped me get the financing. The scooter was super cool. I'll get another scooter. There's so many motorcycles in Appleton, Wisconsin. And a fair amount of scooters, and I'd love one. I heard the Soul was discontinued. You were right again, Julie Flanigan. I mean, you're really smart. You're just not very good at walking, Julie. Your Honor, I'll take things that didn't happen for $500. It's amazing how much the logo can change the look of a car. Yeah, I know what you're saying. The Kia logo, it might have been around for a couple of years. It's super cool. Paul, I'm not skipping over your things. And if I'm hurting your feelings, you shouldn't be watching the show. If I'm hurting your feelings, stop watching the show. Because I'm not here to protect anybody's feelings. Because I'm just being me. And you're starting to annoy me by saying I'm hurting your feelings. I just don't need the guilt trip, Paul. Say something worthwhile. The Soul uses the old logo. Not mine. I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. Mine has, unless there's a new logo. My Kia Soul has the newest of the logos that I know of. Again, it's the 2025. What else can we talk about? Let's stop talking about my car. No, it does not use the old logo. Maybe you guys haven't seen a new one. Did you miss any new apartment finds since last weekend? Well, but seriously, I bought 2 more plants, but I bought them last weekend. I appreciate you wanting. I almost feel my apartment is, you know, you could do a little more decorating. You could probably add a couple more plants. But I have all the furniture I really need. I'm thinking of scoring something big for this wall. And when I say big, I'm not totally sure what I mean, but it could be like a big, huge clock or a huge something. It's a big wall. It's brick, so that's kind of cool. I thought I have an orange Illini coat. I went to the University of Illinois, and I thought about just putting it on the hanger and hanging it up there kind of in a sort of way. Let's see, the greatest boxer of all time for me. I almost want to say George Foreman is the greatest boxer of all time for me. And the reason I say that, I watched Ali fight Frazier, fought him 3 times, and they were all great battles. And a lot of people might say Ali's the greatest boxer of all time. I'm not really sure why. He certainly had a lot of charisma, but he lost a fair amount. And again, Ali fought Frazier 3 times, and I think maybe won 2 and lost 1, and those were good, close fights, each of them. And I believe Foreman boxed Frazier twice and beat the stuffing out of him both times. I mean, Frazier had no chance. And yes, Ali did beat Foreman in the one fight they had together. But still, just the pummeling Foreman put on Frazier in those 2 times makes me think he's the greatest boxer of all time. Somebody's going Floyd Mayweather or Canelo. I'm old. I don't watch too much new boxing. I mean, I thought about saying Mike Tyson. I wanted to say Mike Tyson. Rebecca Tracy does not understand boxing. You think it's senseless, violent. Yeah, no, I can't imagine getting being somebody that fights. And I too, it hurts me to watch fighting. I don't like seeing videos of anyone getting hurt on social media. I don't like seeing, I feel bad when people get pummeled in the rings in UFC or anything like that. But they're amazing athletes, and their skill level is otherworldly. And I don't even think I understood, because I used to box a little bit as a kid and could do fairly well, but I think what it takes to throw a punch and the endurance it takes to throw punches for 10 rounds or whatever and get hit at the same time and is amazing. And I think they're amazing athletes and amazingly skilled. Yes, it's a skill of violence, which I'm not a fan of, but it's hard for me to not tip my cap at what it takes to do what they do. Rebecca Tracy, I'm aware of the costs involved to being a fighter or a boxer. Oh. Yeah. Let's see. We used to put on gloves and have backyard fights. So did we, Batty Lynn. I was pretty good in your 20s. I didn't do it in my 20s. Wait, Batty Lynn, are you a woman or a man? Somebody says undoubtedly the hardest sport ever. Are you talking boxing specifically or the martial arts? Because I've heard that like wrestling like is the hardest sport, but you know, it's fascinating, the martial arts, I guess. And I talked about it the other day. Both my nephews are advancing in jiu-jitsu and are amazingly good at it. And that it's an art form, if you will. Batty Lynn, you're a woman. And you used to be a good boxer in your 20s? I mean, you put gloves on in your 20s? See, when I put gloves on, I was probably like 10, 12 or something. I mean, I think if I boxed as an adult, I could get hurt or I could hurt somebody. Paul, you said you're starting to not like me. Well, don't watch, please. Please don't watch. If you don't like me, just don't watch. Don't try and start an argument with me. Why would people do that? I don't know. Hello, John. How are you? Why would people do that? Batty Lynn was a tap dancer, but went to metal shows and had backyard fights too. Batty Lynn, I might like you. Unique One said, haters gonna hate. It's gotta suck to be a hater in life. You gotta be a miserable sack of crap to be pissed off the whole time. It's hard to imagine, and you should not try and imagine. Talked about it a lot. I used to try and fix, save, change people. Do not do that. Rebecca Tracy was ballet. She loved tap too. Ballet hurts me to even think about because of that Black Swan movie. I think it was called Black Swan. Again, hurts me to think about. It's hard to think that it's a beautiful thing when I'm thinking of these girls' toes. Slam dancing was a fun type of working out back in the day. Slam dancing. I remember that term, slam dancing. Is that like a mosh pit? Was slam dancing what we called it before there were mosh pits? Or do they still call it slam dancing? Because I remember the term slam dancing, but it seems longer ago than like mosh pits. Punk shows, okay. So slam dancing was at punk shows, gotcha. So slam dancing and punk music led to like, it probably did lead to like some heavy metal and mosh pits. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Slam dancing was from the punk shows. And those were mostly like late 70s, 80s. I knew so many punkers. Yeah, they call it moshing now. Okay. But yeah, slam dancing was something the punkers did. All right. It's funny because punkers used to come and have their hair colored. Now everyone has their hair colored. Or if somebody got a tattoo back in the day, it's a big deal. Now, at least in Wisconsin. By the way, Julie, I think in Wisconsin people have many more tattoos because I feel like a very out of, I don't know why. Maybe just in Appleton. You're the same age as me, Dan? Yeah, I was born in 68. Last corn show you went to had beach balls in the middle. The seats had middle-aged dudes with their 13-year-old son. Big change from 20 years ago. Yeah, no, I could believe that. They had beach balls. Korn was never a band I was super into. I like how they spell it Korn, though. I think that's kind of interesting. But it was like Korn and Rage Against the Machine and was it 90s? Were those the bands that came out of the Linkin Park? Kind of I'd throw in that. Hello, Ron. How are you? It's fun because we get to talk about really anything while we're having coffee. 9 Inch Nails. That was definitely in the 90s. I almost want to throw like Smashing Pumpkins in there. I see, what's his name, the lead singer for Smashing Pumpkins a lot now. I think he's active in the social media podcasting world. And he does a lot of interviews and I believe has a podcast of his own. I used to like kind of Smashing Pumpkins. His singing, I've seen Smashing Pumpkins. But his singing is rather screechy. You put the mean folks out of the pits. Early 80s was a fun time to grow up. How do you put the mean folks out of the pit? I mean, I think were there rules to slam dancing? I mean, could you throw a forearm to the face? Or were you just kind of banging each other? I don't even know. I mean, you couldn't lead like this in slam dancing, couldn't you? Billy Corgan, yeah. I mean, were there rules to slam dancing and are there rules to mosh pits? I would imagine there's unspoken rules, because if you're a thug and you're in there just to draw blood, I don't think that's the point of slam dancing or mosh pits, right? You can go shoulder to shoulder. You're not supposed to, I don't know, can you plow over somebody from behind? Wouldn't feel very sporting. I mean, being that it came from the punk scene, which is kind of a no rules thing, it seems hard to have rules in a mosh pit, but I bet they did. I don't think anyone would want to go out there and get mauled. But then again, I don't understand fighting, really. I would appreciate Powderfinger. I don't know. Anarchy said Pumpkins sucked, but they didn't like Rage, but Rage had some talent. Never leave someone down. All right, well, that's nice. But seriously, these are my new PJs. You haven't watched. I've had these for a week. My daughters gave them to me on Father's Day. You say my place is quiet. I mean, Yours isn't? What sort of noise do you have at your home if you're not talking and the TV's not on? Do you guys live with constant noise? I do. It's the voice inside my head going blah, 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 blah. Animal sounds. How interesting is that? There were rules. Just enjoy the music and don't be a dick. I like that. There were pit guards who took mean folks out, at least at the shows you went to. All right. Well, that makes some sense. Yeah. I bet you still got banged up a little bit. Can you ask for some advice? Go for it. All right, well, but seriously, we're happy to have you back. And I do post all these lives not that anyone would want to watch my show taped, but they do. People watch the show taped. It gets, I don't know, a few thousand views a day. Yeah, Remington, ask me for the advice. Good morning. Who is that? Tammy. I'm having a hard time reading because my screen kind of went dark a little bit. I think it was hanging out in the sun too long. Maybe if I pull it over here. Oh, it feels so good to stretch. Oh my gosh. Did I say I worked 12 hours yesterday? Do you know I'm going to work this morning? Do you feel sorry for me at all? I don't really expect anybody to feel sorry for me. I have the ability and the energy and the spirit and the want to kick some ass right now. And part of kicking ass is getting financially, having a meteoric rise financially, just for fun. Not because money buys happiness, but money wins Monopoly. And just to finish the game out strong, the game of life, I'm planning to have a meteoric financial rise. Let's see. Nice back wall. Yeah, that brick one is really cool, I think. This is kind of fun. This is kind of a fun angle, and now I'm in the shade. Let's see. I mean, sure, yeah, I do feel bad for you, but many women must work. Let's see. I recommend partying. With Germans. I'm a single father of a 6-year-old girl. How do you become her hero? I mean, obviously, just be the best loving dad. Love the stuffing out of the 6-year-old girl. How do you become her hero? Maybe that aspiration is more than you should be taking on. Just be the best dad you can. Love on her. Let her know how proud you are of her. Hug her. Hold her when she's sad. Tell her it's okay. Yeah, don't try and put too much pressure on becoming a hero or a superhero or anything like that. You don't need to live up to that. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Anarchy says, have a code. I wonder what schedule I need to water my plants on. Maybe I don't need a schedule. They all seem to be doing okay. Don't plants start lilting a little bit? Ken, I'm very much worried about my future. What should I do? Which degree should I do? Okay, I don't know how old you are. And I went and got a degree at a university, at a good university, University of Illinois. But looking back and discussing college and the value of college, if you're graduating high school and you're 18 years old, let's say, this month, if I could do it all over again, and I can't, so I'm not saying I have any regrets, instead of going to college, I'd kind of do more of something that I'm doing today, and it's kind of working on yourself in every way. Have a job, get a job doing something, making some money. Go to church, get smarter, become an entrepreneur in something. Work on just getting better and kicking ass and being the best human being you can, and I think good things will happen. I don't think I might go to college because I had a great time, but I don't think, and granted, I don't have any desire to be a doctor or a brain surgeon or maybe an accountant somewhere where you need to go to college. But I think to do it all over again, I'd lose any thought of being an employee or having a corporate job. I would have no desire. If I was 18, I would say, to hell with it. I'd probably start waiting tables and working on myself every day, because at 18 and you're waiting tables, you can make a decent amount of money. And I'd plow all efforts into getting better in every way I could. I'd get smarter, I'd get more spiritual, I'd be kinder, I'd be more loving. And I'd put those 4 years that are spent going to school into becoming the best human being I could. And I think everything else would take care of itself. That's what I did. Do I believe in the inevitable form of suffering in some form or other? I don't know what you mean. I don't think suffering's inevitable. There's no doubt life's gonna deal you some bad cards, but you change the way you look at them, and people you love are gonna die, relationships are gonna end, tires are gonna go flat, bills are gonna come in the mail, and if you look at that as suffering or horrible, life's gonna be hard. But if you look at those as learning experiences or challenges to overcome, life's gonna go a lot better. Somebody's writing a lot of things. Julie, I don't think my advice, I appreciate you saying great advice. I'm just saying, for me, I don't want to be I don't want to be an employee at all. We need employees, but I don't know. I don't want to be an employee at all. And some people might like that. But for me, I'd struggle. I don't think you need to be in a rush to get married. I think society tells us we should get married and we should have kids. I sound like a Gen whatever. But I don't know that everyone's made for marriage. I don't know if marriage is necessary for all of us. I think we should learn to be okay with who we are. Yeah. Sounds like I've just described your last 6 months. I'm not sure what you mean, but seriously. Working on yourself? I mean, there's so many easy ways. I mean, some of them can be super easy. I think I think alcohol is probably a bigger problem for a lot of people than most people even admit. Because alcohol can, in a buzz and being stoned or whatever, can be a distraction from everything else we can do in life. Yeah. But seriously, he's never been married and doesn't have any children. All right. You got laid off and you're feeling totally off. Nothing feels worth it. Well, if you got laid off, that's probably a good thing. You weren't meant to be at that job. I don't know what you do or what you want to do. But look at it as an opportunity to find a better job, find your true purpose, to take that extra time to develop skills in anything you want, get in better shape, get smarter, get more in touch with your spiritual side, love on your kids or love on your wife or husband more. Invest in crypto. Almost nothing I talk about. I talk about money, but only like investing in crypto and putting $1,000 in and making it turn into 5,000 is of very little interest to me. Somebody's into corporate law. It was hectic before as well, but at least it paid my bills. Now I don't have anything. So you're a lawyer? Hello, Blazing Johnny. Thank you for calling it a handsome bald head. I appreciate that. Wow, it's 7:14. We've talked for 63 minutes. We've had, I think this is my third cup of coffee. And it's Sunday morning. I haven't been to church in like 6 weeks. I'll leave it at that. You work from legal firms. All right. Uh, 55 went last night. I think I'd make the time. I have the time, I guess, obviously, but I am working at 11 this morning. And I don't know. And maybe they're just excuses. I haven't found a church I love. There's an 8:30 service. I could give it a try today. I don't really have anything going. I think I got enough sleep. Maybe I'll go to the 8:30 service at a church. It's called Alliance Church. It's a big church. That might be exciting for me. I'll be done at 9:30. I'll be home by 10:15. I'll still be able to get to work. I'd feel good about that. I think I'm missing the community and the gathering and just watching people walk in and families walk in and I don't know, there's a cool feeling about going into church. Yeah, I might like that. Let's see. Does GoFundMe work in India, Ken? I don't know. I've never been to India. Have some breakfast and take a nap. I could do that, but that's I mean, I got a big day. I mean, it's just work. I can do my work in my sleep almost. That's how good I am at it. I'd like to get a little workout in. I probably could go to the gym and get some reps in and then head off to church and have an awesome, awesome day. And that kind of sounds like a good plan. But yeah, let's see. Hello, Nathan. How are you? How are the Dells? I don't know. I haven't been to the Dells. I moved to Wisconsin. I don't even know how far the Dells are from here. 55 always feels good after church. We do have other, yeah. But anyway, it's Sunday morning, and I appreciate you hopping on today and joining me for a cup of coffee and some conversation on this, what looks to be a warm morning. And I appreciate you, and I'm excited about my day. And hope you're excited about your day as well. Hope your coffee's hot, your heart is full, the sun is shining, or whether it's cloudy or rainy, you're feeling good and you're appreciative of the blessings you do have. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.